PSN's holiday sale week 5 has just begun, and there are some more great game deals to check out. So in this video, we're going to take a look at 8 awesome PS4 game deals available for the PSN holiday sale week 5. Let's get right into this. Prototype Biohazard bundle for $16.50. Prototype is a very interesting franchise. Going back to 2009 with the very first Prototype game, that game saw a lot of buzz surrounding it, and it performed very well commercially. Around the time back in 2009, if you remember, there were a lot of comparisons drawn between Infamous and the first Prototype. Both of them released a month apart, and they both were these superhero open world games. I would think most would agree in saying that Infamous was the better game, but Prototype was also pretty good, and it had great gameplay, and it was a pretty unique experience, although visually, even back in 2009, Prototype got harped on for that. And then we had Prototype 2, which was probably a better game than the first Prototype. However, commercially, it did not perform up to par, and we never saw a Prototype 3. However, the first two games are still worthwhile to check out. When this bundle was released, it was priced at around $50, and that was absolutely not worth it. Even at $16.50, a little bit expensive, but you're getting two pretty good games, and a lot of you guys probably haven't played them because they are a little bit older, so definitely give them a look if you're interested. Valkyria Chronicles Remastered for $15. Valkyria Chronicles is a game that I will always go to bat for. It's a phenomenal game and one of the most underrated games from last generation. It released back in 2008, originally on the PlayStation 3, and it had awesome watercolor visuals. Gameplay-wise, it had really solid tactical gameplay, and the story was fantastic and told in a unique way using a storybook. There wasn't any exploration around towns or anything like that. It was a very streamlined experience, but that suited the type of game that Valkyria Chronicles was. Valkyria Chronicles luckily did receive a second wind with its PC version, and then PS4 gamers got Valkyria Chronicles Remastered, and it's a fantastic version of the game. Improved technical performance, better visuals with the DLC content. It released at a budget price of $30, but now it's just $15. If you have not played Valkyria Chronicles Remastered, please do so, and then you'll get really excited for the latest game in Valkyria Chronicles 4 that's set to come out later this year. Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition for $12.50. Devil May Cry 4 is a really good game, and it was the last game in the Devil May Cry franchise featuring the original Dante. However, for the majority of Devil May Cry 4, you do play as a different character, Nero. But there are parts where you play as Dante as well. The game itself is really good. It's your standard Devil May Cry fare. Unfortunately, there is a little bit of backtracking in the game and a lot of recycled environments, so that's kind of disappointing. However, overall, it's still a very enjoyable action game, and with the special edition, you do get both English and Japanese voice tracks, improved visuals and textures, in-game rebalancing, additional costumes, and 3 bonus playable characters, Virgil, Trish, and Lady. $12.50 is a pretty good price for Devil May Cry 4, and rumors have been circulating about a Devil May Cry 5 featuring the return of the original Dante, so that's pretty exciting as well. Broforce for $4. Broforce is not the type of game to take extremely seriously, but it is such an addictive game. It's a throwback to a lot of old school titles, and it's absolutely over the top, but it's a lot of fun with your run and gun gameplay. It's not a very complex game, but Broforce embodies the word fun, and that's what you want out of some games, and Broforce definitely has that in spades. I wouldn't recommend it for a very high price, but now at just $4, Broforce offers a lot of fun, and I would recommend you to check it out. Valley for $4. Valley is one of those games that I never hear talked about, and it's not like this game is absolutely amazing, but it is a very interesting first-person single-player game. You explore a futuristic area that's inspired by the Rocky Mountains, and there's some really cool thematics to the game, and early on you discover something known as the Leaf, stands for Leap Effortlessly Through Air Functionality. It's a suit that gives superhuman abilities that must be used to explore the vast valley with forests, ruins, and magical creatures. Valley didn't receive stellar reviews, but it is a very interesting game, and I would recommend you to go back and play it, especially for this price. $4 is the perfect price to pick up Valley for. The Trine Bundle for $4.50. Trine is probably one of the most notable indie game franchises, and around the time of the Trine games' release, they were very popular. However, now in 2018, it's definitely lost a little bit of momentum, but they're still really good games. The Trine games are side-scrolling physics-based games of action, puzzles, and platforming set in a storybook-like world filled with strange machinery, dangerous foes, and beautiful sights. You control 3 different characters, each with different skills, and you use them to overcome various obstacles and puzzles. The Trine Bundle itself includes Trine Enchanted Edition and Trine 2 Complete Story. There is a Trine 3 as well, but that's not included in this bundle. The Trine Bundle is $4.50. The Unfinished Swan for $3. The Unfinished Swan is a really good game by Giant Sparrow. You guys might not know who Giant Sparrow are, but they also did the highly regarded What Remains of Edith Finch. That game was very story-driven, and The Unfinished Swan is very story-driven and artistic as well. It has you explore a mysterious all-white landscape by splatting paint to reveal the world around you. You play as Monroe, a 10-year-old orphan, and you'll follow a swan that stepped out of an unfinished painting and wandered off into a surreal storybook-inspired kingdom. The Unfinished Swan is a little bit older, so I imagine a lot of you guys did not check it out at this point. It's available for just $3, and by the way, picking it up once will get you access to it on PlayStation 4, PS Vita, as well as PlayStation 3, so that's pretty cool. And finally, The Escapists for $5. The Escapists is a pretty cool game, and by the way, we just saw a sequel release earlier on in 2017, and that version is available. It is a tad bit more expensive at $16, so if you've yet to play The Escapists, start with the first one as it's much cheaper, and essentially the game has you break out of a prison cell. How you do it is completely up to you, and the power is really in your hand, whether you want to befriend other inmates, find different items. The actual fun in the game is the execution and how you do it. You can do favors for other inmates and earn money and boost their opinion of you along the way. You can work out and become stronger, read to increase your skills, or spend your time crafting items into homemade weapons and tools. There's a lot of depth to the gameplay in The Escapists, and for $5, it's a very unique experience, and while it's not perfect, the first game did set the foundation for a better sequel, and if you enjoyed the first title, then you should check out The Escapists 2. Again, that one is a little bit more expensive. So that wraps up a great PS4 game deal as a part of the PSN Holiday Sale Week 5. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Are you picking any of these games up? And if so, which ones? Sound off in the comments. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.